Konnichiwa, my family. It is your girl T, the nappy-headed jojoba, here today with my updated morning skincare routine. I do a skincare routine video roughly once a year, and it's about that time. If you've never seen one of my skincare videos before, I'll just give you a heads up now. I actually enjoy doing my skincare routine, so I definitely have more steps than are probably necessary for most people. Inevitably, with every one of these videos, someone's just like, oh, I would never do all that for my skin, yada, yada, yada. That's great, good for you. This is just what I like to do for my skin because, as I said, I do enjoy looking after my skin. However, I will say that I have pared down my routine from what it was roughly a year ago, bit by bit. I was verging into the territory of a 10-step Korean skincare routine, especially with my night routine, and I don't know, at this point I might actually still have around 10 steps, I haven't counted. But for the most part, my morning routine for sure is a bit more streamlined. You'll notice some brands have been a bit phased out so that I can try new things, and other brands have been phased in because I've been enjoying them. And you're also going to see quite a lot of products that are on their last legs. Excuse you, Ray Ray. You're also going to see quite a few products that are clearly on their last legs in this routine because I'm definitely just about finished up a few things kind of all at once, which doesn't typically happen. But anyway, that's enough prelude. Let's get into this skincare routine. Okay guys, here I am first thing in the morning. I woke up like this. Got my pillow marks all over my face, looking greasy from my night treatment still, but let's get into this routine. First up, I need to cleanse my skin and just refresh it for the day, get off any leftover treatments from the night before. And I really love this Jordan Samuel Skin After Show Treatment Cleanser. It is the most unique cleanser I've ever used. It's got a gel to oil format. It is definitely one of my top 2 favorite cleansers that I've ever used ever. And a few times a week, I will mix in some of this Eminence Strawberry Rhubarb Dermafoliant. If you've ever used the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant, this is sort of like that. It's just from an organic skincare brand. It's a powder format that you either mix in with water, or in my case, I'm mixing it in with this gel to oil cleanser. I only do this a few times a week. I don't do it every single day. And with very light pressure, I like to use these two together to just slough off any of the dead skin that is adhered to my face, because I do use acids and retinols, so sometimes I'll have some peeling that I just need to kind of remove gently in the morning. With any manual exfoliation, I'm always very careful to be very, very gentle, because I basically used to be completely against manual exfoliation because I thought it was too abrasive. But the grain and the type of exfoliant that you use makes all the difference, as well as the actual pressure you're applying to your face whilst you're using it. I go ahead and rinse all of that off and then pat my face dry with a clean paper towel. To save money and waste, I do use each paper towel 2 or 3 times, and I just have a little system where when it's brand new, I'll pat my face dry with one side and then I'll fold it a certain way so that I know which side is still clean, set it to the side, and then I'll use the other side again later on that night or the next morning. Immediately after cleansing and before I do any other steps, I tend to go in with my vitamin C serum, but I just finished it. I actually found a vitamin C serum that I love even more than the Drunk Elephant that works even better for me. Unfortunately, it is hella expensive, so I have not re-upped on it yet. So until I do, I'm just going to go ahead and use my Melano CC, which I picked up when I was in Japan. And I like this as a spot treatment to accelerate the lightening of old blemish marks. And it seems to lighten them a lot faster than they would do otherwise. Some days, but not necessarily every single day, I'll then go in with a hydrating mist. This is one from Jordan Samuel Skin, which as you can see is nearly empty, and I'm very upset about it. On days when I'm going to be wearing makeup, I probably would skip the skin mist simply because I want to avoid overloading my skin with too much moisture, since makeup would be going on top. But on this day, I wasn't wearing any makeup, so I could go ahead and do a little bit of a mist. While I do like this mist from Jordan Samuel Skin, I hate the mister on the bottle. I've heard he may be changing it, so we'll see. Since this bottle is near the end, it basically spit all over my face, and that looks hella suspect. It's just face mist, you guys. Get your minds out of the gutter. Now that that's pretty much all gone, I've already got another mist on standby that I love. which is the Clinique Moisture Surge Face Spray. So I already have that on deck for tomorrow or whenever it is that I need a face mist again. After the face mist, I go in with my moisturizer for the day. Right now, as you can see, I'm on the last legs of this one from Glow Recipe. This is also a repurchase. I had a bottle of this last year and I decided to re-up. But in between that, I used another moisturizing gel from Clinique that I really love and that I will almost certainly be going back to once this is out, because the Clinique one is fragrance free. It's a better value for money and I like it pretty much just as much as this one, whereas this one is obviously more expensive and contains fragrance, and I imagine it contains coloring as well. The Clinique one also lasts me a lot longer because the container is larger, so I'll probably treat myself to the Glow Recipe one again down the line, but for now I'm planning to re-up on the Clinique one that I like, which of course I will link below if you want to check it out. You may notice that I also tend to pat in my products rather than rubbing or swiping. I don't know why I started doing this, I just like it better. I feel like perhaps I'm getting more mileage out of my products by really pressing them into the skin rather than just moving them around on the surface. Some of you guys will remember that I've been using a lash serum for a couple of years and it has made a world of difference for me. And I recently, or actually not so recently anymore, started using the brow serum by the same brand. Unlike the lash serum, the brow serum is directed to be used morning and night, not just at nighttime. I don't use the brow serum every single morning because I don't want to burn through the tubes quite so quickly, but I do use it a few mornings each week and then I use it every single night. Between my microblading and using this serum, I have so much more eyebrows than what I used to naturally, and I love it. Next up is an eye cream. I still believe that eye creams are possibly a scam, so I really don't like spending a lot of money on them, and every time I do try out an expensive eye cream, I regret it and don't think it's worth it. I have been loving this one from CeraVe. I feel like it's got a great texture. It's very rich. It's actually a little bit heavy for daytime, especially if I'm going to be wearing makeup. When I do have it in stock, I like to use the Mad Hippie eye cream, which some of you might remember from some of my past skincare routines. But this CeraVe one is also really, really nice. I love that it's a drugstore price point. It's great for nighttime, and if I'm not wearing makeup, I will use it in the daytime as well, like such as. Perhaps the most important step in my skincare routine is protecting my skin from the sun. The sun breaks me out, it exacerbates my hyperpigmentation, and it promotes premature aging, which I don't think any of us are here for. If I were wearing makeup, I would use my Clinique sunscreen, which I showed you guys in my sunscreen video. But I'm not wearing makeup today. I'm just going to be using this Drunk Elephant sunscreen, which I'm trying to use up because it does leave me with a ghost face. And what I like to do is mix it with some of this amazing cosmetics primer. The primer has a bronze tint to it, and that helps to cut the level of ghost faceness that I'm left with from the Drunk Elephant sunscreen. Drunk Elephant has a product called De-Bronzy that would do a similar thing, but this is just a more affordable option using the amazing cosmetics primer. The Drunk Elephant option costs more because it has all sorts of peptides and nice things for your skin in it, but really I don't care too much. I just don't want to look casket ready, or at least I want to look less casket ready. So I just mix those two together and smear that all over my face, and I really have to work this in to reduce the degree to which I look like Casper. And I always make sure to get my ears, my neck, the backs of my hands, and any skin that I expect will be exposed when I go outside. And I also make sure to work that sunscreen into my eyebrows really well to help protect my tattoos. Last but not least is to protect my lips, and I'm just using this Blistex lip balm that's got an SPF of 20. I have been using this legit almost my entire life. My mom used to buy this one and another one that comes in a blue pot for us when we were kids, my brother and I, and we would always just have it in our backpacks, and this is what we use, and to this day I still use this one. I always liked this one because I just liked the texture a bit better, and now that I'm an adult and actually care about things like sunscreen, I have continued to purchase it all these years later. It's good that it comes in a pot so you can get every last bit out all the way to the end. It's just a little inconvenient though, because then I have to get a spatula to get the product out in a sanitary way, because some of y'all know I am not digging my nails into anything that I'm putting on my face or my mouth. Here's a close-up of my skin just before I remove my juvenile Minnie Mouse bonnet, walk the dog, and start my day. That is it. That is my updated morning skincare routine. As I always do, I will link all the products that I used and or mentioned in the description box. I would say that I certainly am kind of taking a page from the Jordan Samuel skincare book, where I think his slogan or catchphrase is less but better. Quite a few of his products showed up in my 2018 year-end favorites, and I've continued to really enjoy his line. And also that philosophy of less but better, because sometimes, girl, I just ain't got the time. Despite me loving looking after my skin, sometimes I just do not have the time or the energy to do a whole bunch of steps, and I just need to do the essentials. There you go. That is my updated morning skincare routine as of April 2019. My nighttime skincare routine, where you'll see a bit more of the treatments and serums and type of things that I use, will be going up in a couple of days, but if you're catching this after it's already gone up, I will link it right here. And beyond that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.